does know this lady. I don't think there's any contention that he doesn't know her and that he had some involvement in her life. But these checks that are allegedly taken were never taken. These were checks that were sent to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, which were never cashed, which were never deposited in Mr. Bybee's account, which were never even seen by him in any type of imagination. But we start looking at these charges, Your Honor. If you would, Your Honor, turn to the burglary of a dwelling, as well as the battery on a victim under 65 and the attempted murder charge. All those charges are stemming from the same event on that night. So all three of those are directly related to each other. The exploitation of the elderly, the grand theft of $25,000, as the court can see from the arrest warrant, that's $25,000 for an allegedly stolen dog. $25,000. So, Honor, we're asking that the court consider scheduled bonds in this scenario, what they would be for anybody else. Mr. Bybee does deny these allegations, and we will continue to provide the evidence to the State Attorney's Office of Mr. Bybee's innocence of these charges. He is innocent until proven guilty. $900,000 is tantamount to no bond. He has substantial ties to the community, his family, his wife, his children. He has a home. As far as I know, he's still employed with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office at this point. Remaining him and keeping him in custody would not only be egregious as far as the bond goes, but also put him in personal safety here in Sarasota County, or really anywhere in custody. He's not a threat to flee. He doesn't have a passport. The court can place certain conditions on Mr. Bybee to whereas he is not a danger to the community and or the victim in this case. So, Your Honor, we're asking that the court set a reasonable bond. I think in this case, that $50,000 on the attempted murder charge would be more than sufficient. I think the scheduled bond on the second-degree felonies of $7,500, and then $1,500 on the third-degree felonies as scheduled would certainly cover it for Mr. Bybee in this case. He's not a threat to flee. He is going to show up for court, and he does intend on fighting these charges all the way through trial. So then, Your Honor, and I would also ask the court to consider that the only allegation that would even bring up a nebia requirement is that the state is alleging that he received two checks in this case of $1,000 each. Certainly the court, and there is no evidence of any other checks received by Mr. Bybee any other way, that any other monies that he has is related to any type of illegal activity. So I'm sure if the government had that information, they'd be providing it to the court, but that's all that's out there. So we're asking the court to put a scheduled bond on Mr. Bybee, $50,000 on the attempted murder charge. If the court would like to put him on supervised release and place some conditions that way, he'd be more than agreeable to do that, and that the court not require a nebia hold in this case.
At this time, on counts 1 through 7, the court will honor the previously set bonds that Judge Group ordered set when he reviewed the various warrants. Those will remain the same. As to count 8, the attempted murder charge, I'll honor the state's request and set the bond at $900,000 based upon the facts of the case. As to all counts, the defendant shall be placed on high supervised release. Mr. Brandt, will you continue to represent him, or do you want me to have anything reviewed for the public defender?
I am going to be representing him, Your Honor.
Okay. There was no argument as or against probable cause, and the court finds probable cause as to all 8 charges at this time. The following special conditions on all counts for the high supervised release include the following: with 0 tolerance. No contact in any way, shape, or form with the alleged victim whose initials are MS. His full name is written on the court appearance record. There is no return to the property located at 3297